Welcome back to the original box set Shadowrun podcast. It's been a while. Thanks for joining us once again as we pick up where we left off. Nemo still needs to get information off of the chip he stole from the Tong. The one that cost him his previous identity and their beer garden. Our GM is Max. Zoe is played by Sarah and Nemo is played by John. Thanks for listening.
So I'm gonna think before I call Lomax. I'm gonna think about what exactly I am looking to find out from this little piece of electronics.
Yeah.
So I need to know if any of the components can lead me back to anybody, or if gosh, what might be? What would helpful things be?
What it is.
What it is, how does it work? Does it talk to people? Does it record things? Has it been used before? Does this come out? Has it come out of somebody? Does it know that it's going to go into somebody? Does it have serial numbers? Any sort of barcode?
Okay.
Can Zoe give him some coaching? Like, if he kind of explains what he wants, or...
I mean, does Zoe really want to be on the phone with me while I'm trying to struggle talking about what this thing is?
No. I'm just saying.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll give Lomax a call.
Ring, 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 ring.
No, God, no.
Banana phone.
His is one of the older phones. Hello?
Hi, is this Lomax?
Yeah? Who's this?
This is Nemo. Samora said you might be able to help me.
Who?
Zoe?
Oh. Yeah? What kind of help do you need? Is this the kind of help you need to come down and see me in person? Or is this the kind of help that we can talk about over the phone? Because there are two different things involved.
Maybe I should come see you in person.
Sure, not a problem. Are you on a digital or are you on a house phone?
Digital.
Yeah, I run a electronics boutique. Just call it that. And come on by. I sent you the address.
Back to the bus. You know what? At this point, yeah, I'm taking a bus.
The bus comes to a stop. You follow the address as you're walking down the street, and you come up to a tan-colored building that has no overhang, 2 windows to it with bars on it, a sign in the one window that says open that's lit, and then there's a door in the middle of the building. The building itself is about 7 meters across, and you don't know how far it goes back. There's an alley on either side, and one of the 2 alleys has a chain link fence blocking it off, so you'd have to scale at least 2 meters high. This doesn't look like a shady place.
It looks like a very reputable electronics boutique.
Completely.
Of course.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll go on in the door.
So you have you ever met Lomax in person, Zoe?
Probably, because she, like, beforehand, she would have been, looking for electronics or something.
Yeah, this is what I'm figuring. That's why I said electronics boutique.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm figuring he's part of a black market of some type where you can sell stuff.
Yeah.
Since he's a fixer. All right, you walk into a smoke-filled room where there is about half a dozen gentlemen hanging about, working on circuit boards, and there's a gentleman sitting near the door who's wearing a nice pleated white shirt and suspenders and a top hat. Next to him isn't a cane, it's a shotgun on a countertop. There is a set of bars between you and them before you can even get into the building past the door. You see people are drinking, looks hard liquor. There's a pool table in the back of the room. Everybody in here looks like they're in the 50s and 60s. There's electronics, definitely a decent amount of electronics about.
Okay, I would like to do a perception roll to see if there are any guns in the room other than the shotgun.
Of course. One gentleman nearby definitely has a holstered pistol, and that's the 2 that you can see from the doorway.
2 successes.
You can see that the older gentleman in the back is got a wrist device on his hand. He's wearing a nice shirt, too, as he's working, jeweling underneath something. It's one of those things like Lucky has, where the gun pops into his hand. Probably not as fancy as Lucky's. Probably has a street line or a Walther PPK or some sort of small holdout pistol onto it. You can see that another gentleman has a sword cane, and that's about all the guns you see. No, I take that back. You can definitely see that there's another end of a shotgun farther down the counter away from the guy who's sitting at the stool staring at you. The man staring at the stool, 4 successes. Son, you done counting all of them? As he's watched you look around the room. And he smiles. Older black gentleman. He seems very friendly as he's picking at his teeth with a toothpick.
So since he looks friendly enough, I'll approach him and I'm looking for Lomax? Lojack. Is that his name?
Lomax.
Lojack.
Lomax.
Looking for Lojack.
Son, if you're looking to get low-jacked, we got all the equipment to do that. It's not a fun experience. No, Hey, Lomax, this guy here with no cyberware wants to see you. He then calls out, hey, has he got a phone with serial ID that I told you about earlier? The old guy turns and looks you up and down. Yeah, he does. You should probably have turned that off, son.
Oh, well,
He nods to the phone in your pocket. You probably should turn that off, son.
yeah, I'll turn it off now.
You got anything you want to declare before you step through this cage?
I solemnly swear that I'm up to no good.
They will all get that reference.
Because they're that old.
Yeah. They were there when the books were written.
Yeah.
I'll pat my my jacket where I keep my pistol.
He does a hand gesture like that and points at a counter, that little window sill to put it on.
Okay, I'll grudgingly pull out my pistol and put it in the window.
Do you have any other electronic devices on you that might have active icons? Another phone or anything like that? That's what I'm asking as a game master, because he's looking at your AR signature.
No, usually my phone is the only thing that's ever on.
Alright. He puts it all off to the side, the phone, or the gun, he puts it off to the side, walks up, waves his hand over the lock, pops it open. Come on in.
Alright, and I will slip through.
It smells of burnt long halls and food and alcohol. They chuckle and laugh to themselves quietly as they seem to be doing electronic work. One of them, you pass by and he's fixing a timepiece, an old, like a wind-up timepiece. These seem to be a nice collection of elderly craftsmen, I would say.
Okay.
Lomax stands up. He's short. How you doing? So, Zoe sent you, huh?
Yeah, normally this is the kind of thing I would take to her, but she has other obligations at the moment.
He nods. How's Zoe doing?
She's good.
That's good to hear.
She's got a tumor, but she's got a surgery scheduled.
He has like a look on his face. That is horrible.
No, but she's gonna be, but she's gonna be fine.
Do I get a text from Lomax? Oh my god, are you okay?
You've got a fucking tumor. You didn't tell me.
Yeah. So, if Zoe sent you here to tell me that she's got a tumor, she didn't call me. Why wouldn't she call me? I've been her fixer for years.
No.
Just then, he gets a text.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm sending this idiot over to see you. He's gonna tell you I've got a tumor.
Well, not that.
What does the text say?
Sending someone over to see you. Talk soon. Got news.
The text comes back pretty quickly. I already heard. Why didn't you tell me? I would have come over and brought over one of my wife's pies.
Lomax would have been like the first person I met whenever I moved. Seattle. Like I would have hung out there.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of older people, reminded me of my uncle, that kind of thing.
Yeah. They run an electronics chop shop. They strip things, they pull out pieces and parts, they fix others, then they sell whatever they can pull out on the black market. And it's generally low-end stuff. They try to keep as low-key as possible.
But I will send a text message back. What would it be?
Bastard always spoiling my surprises.
No, it would probably be something like it's been a whirlwind, happened really fast, didn't have time.
Was in prison.
I'll tell you more later.
Yeah, full deets later. And then I'll send a little heart.
Okay, he responds back with a, I look forward to talking to you again. I miss you, kiddo. Keep well and keep me up on what's going on.
And I'll send back will do.
All right. So after he plays, because, as soon as you say that, the text comes in, he's just having a quick text war right there in front of you, Nemo. Not even paying attention. Meanwhile, you're looking like there's this guy, he's chain smoking, he's popping off pieces of electronics, just tuck, 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 pulls it off, sets it to a side, just going to town. And then he stares up at you, wrinkle face, hairs all over the place, his eyes look bulging underneath his lenses.
I am out of my element.
Awkward.
Is he wearing those magnifying things?
The jewelers.
Yeah, the jewelers magnifiers. Yeah. I'll look back at Lomax because this guy's creeping me out with his magnified eyes.
Lomax continues to text, realizing you're looking at him. He just holds up a finger for you to wait. After he finishes texting, he turns to look at you and says, "Zoe sent you here for a reason, so that means you need my help."
Yeah, and you would be right, and I'll reach into my pocket.
All right. As soon as you reach into your pocket, you hear a clicking sound from the front door. The crazy-haired one nearby sits there and knocks a panel on his desk that folds over, and there's a stun baton. And they all stop moving.
And I'll put my one hand up and be like, just it's okay. I checked my only gun at the. I'm just reaching in to get something for Lomax. It's totally non-threatening. It's gonna be totally okay, everyone.
He's in a room full of people that he's not killing. He doesn't know what to do.
No social skills.
No, I'm really good at the running around and dodging things and shooting guns part. I'm not so good at the people part.
Right.
Yeah, so I very slowly finish reaching into my pocket and very slowly pulling my hand back out with the little thing closed up tight in it. And I'll set it down on a counter or something near Lomax.
Okay.
Yeah, and be like, I'm looking for some information on this piece. What it is, where it came from.
A scrawny, thin orc stands up, moves over and looks down at what's going on. Lomax opens the package. People stare across from the room. Huh. It's been a while since I've seen one of these. Did you take it off somebody? Or out of somebody?
I don't know if it's ever been in anybody.
He gives a nod. The orc seems to be Captain Obvious, or at least that's his skill in life. That's a bunraku setup. It's definitely a 2.205 grade. It doesn't look like it's been used yet. It still has its initial clamps attached. This is an upgrade from the most recent version we seem to be coming out of Japan. This looks kind of nice. There used to be a Cortex bomb attached right here, but it's gone now. And Lomax goes, yeah, somebody really ripped this son of a bitch up trying to get it out. Why'd they take a claw hammer to it?
Now, is he referring to damage from when I was prying it out of the case, or damage from when Gears was getting the Cortex bomb off?
The Cortex bomb.
Yeah, we were just trying to disarm it so that I could carry it around safer.
He kind of gives a stare at you. They give a few chuckles. Huh.
Yeah.
The stuff is dangerous. So you want to know anything you know about it?
Yes, everything there's to know about it.
All right. Well, let's plug it up and see who it's supposed to be.
What?
Yep.
He picks it up and starts walking back toward the pool table. There, some slightly younger gentlemen and women are back there. You notice that this section seems to be a bit of a seedier bar. There's a bar back here, man. Everybody's smoking. It's a bar. Pool table. They walk into another room past the bar. It's dark, lit mainly by computer terminals. There's about 4 people hanging out, cyber decks. There's some of them, 1 or 2 are wired straight in. A couple others delaying crash chairs. He walks in. Hey, Wiz. A voice comes from nowhere. Yeah. Hey, man. Can you light this sucker up and see who's on it? I mean, it looks like it might, could easily be a Babs model. The voice comes back. Sure, not a problem. Go ahead and set it over near my console. I'll see if I can turn... Oh, man, there's no battery to it. Can you put a battery... So they start negotiating. Battery this, hook it up that. As they start playing with it, Wiz pops up. Hey, am I getting paid for this? Lomax says, it's for Zoe. Oh, man, Zoe. Yeah, I haven't seen her in a while, the voice says. Whew. You think she's still mad at me? Yeah? I mean, yeah?
I mean, definitely.
Hey, Lomax turns to you. What we're about to do costs money. Are you ready to pay money? If not, you can take your toy and go.
I mean, how much are we talking?
Right now, 500 new yen for a diagnostics. We go deeper than a diagnostics, we can get into a few thousand. You want to find out you want to track people with this thing? See who made it? See where it came from? Maybe find out some other information? I would say top end, right now, rough estimate, and it could go up 2K.
Yeah, I'm good to pay.
All right, let's put 500 down so Wiz here can get started.
Okay, I'll
Again, as you're pulling out with, don't tell Zoe that Wiz helped you. She'll be pissed.
Right, I won't say a word.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Whatever he did.
Figure it out.
Oh, while you were hot simmed in, he took advantage of you and fondled you and took pictures of him fondling you. And thought it was funny.
Yeah, and then I punched him in the dick.
Oh,
and
man.
they took pictures of that because they thought it was funny.
Yeah, which was fine.
Yeah. Cool. It's okay, I don't know any of that, so...
Nope.
That's true.
Yep.
All right. 500 slides off your cred stick. Mark that off your character sheet. Wiz jumps in on it. They hook a battery up to it. Little terminal with some wire gator clips and whatnot. He begins the work. He pops up. Oh yeah, this is Bab's unit. This one's a new updated version. It's pretty cool. Man, they definitely pushed the stress limits on the tendons for this one. Some definite serious yoga if no one's trained for it, but there's some training programs in here too to teach you how to be able to stretch in those ways. Lots of exercise programs. I'm running through it right now. Yep. They've got an updated fellatio program in here too. Looking. Come on, there's got to be some stuff in here. Some sort. Okay. Baseline information. Zikmek out of Japan made the program, and the chassis comes from Japan as well. So it's both built over there. The chassis was made in several different parts. Let's see. Okay, here's some more codes. Oh yeah. So right here. All right, and on one of the monitor screens, bring up a shit ton of numbers and information. It just looks like a quick blur, and then it kind of centers out. And he says, "Okay, so this is a Babs model, so it's pre-designated for a woman. It can be reprogrammed if need be, but this was already programmed in and ready to go. So they already had somebody they were going to put it in, and her name is Saki Matsusaka. All right, so this is the information on her, and it says that it tells you that she's a 19-year-old, Chinese girl. Her age, her health, like some biostats on her and stuff like that. A lot of medical information. It has a pre-described. It has a cranial scan from her already imprinted in, so that the doctor knows exactly what to do. The guy or something like that. You see some images and some instructions, and this whiz guy says, "Yeah, most of the time they have these things pre-set up for a device. They just put it in, put the person into a chair, strap it on, hit the go button, and the machine cuts them open and implants it. You don't have to have a doctor or anybody. There's no third party. It is installed by a machine, guaranteed following these exact instructions." So this Saki girl apparently was going to get a Babs 2.2.
Okay, yeah, and I'm like writing down everything that I can while he's talking because it doesn't make any sense to me, and I've got to relate it to somebody that it does make sense to.
What's a Babs?
Yeah. It's okay, I got it from Context Clue. Okay, and that's all the stuff that he just gets from the diagnostic.
Yeah, that he just does from a diagnostic. He's like, so, and Wiz sits there and says, I'd probably dig a little bit more, see what else is in this machine, see if anybody left some fingerprints behind or something. And Lomax says, doesn't matter. I bet this guy's looking for some sort of clues to find who made it. Ain't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Alright, well, Zikmak is over in Japan, so I'd think about planning to buy a ticket. I mean, I can get you some street names and stuff like that at low cost, promise you. What are you looking for, mate?
Wait, I'm sorry. Street names?
I could find out where this Zikmak is. I can find out where the CEO lives. I mean, what do you want? Is this some sort of revenge plot? I mean, come on. Let me help you make money, because that's what I do. I make money by helping people get information.
Okay, well, maybe a fingerprint. Finding a fingerprint on it might help.
Yeah, you heard fingerprint, and what he should have said, what Wiz should have said is he could find some more information about maybe who made it, like the authors and the writers and stuff. There's no fingerprint. That's not what he's in his own little world. The clue here is, John, and this is where I, as a game master, being kind of vicious, you might need Alan to tell you this, but there is specifically a machine designed to install these. So a machine like that's not going to be small. It's going to be a doctor device somewhere. That's going to be some high-tech stuff. You also know that there's the girl here, so you could track her down.
Right. But that's not anything that Lomax is going to help me be able to do.
He could track the girl. Or last known location.
I mean, yeah, okay. Well, could you give me any clues on Saki Matsusaka?
Yeah, sure. Wiz, what can you bring up on her? Oh, hang on. I got some social media stuff here. I'm going to put it up. And he does. He starts putting up pictures of a very attractive Asian girl and whatnot. And he starts going through it. And, yeah, there's up-to-date information. She posted something less than 2 hours ago, how she's getting ready to head out of the barge with her friends. And then as you stare at the picture, part of you remember that face. It looks very familiar. It might have been one of Yen's friends, but the hair is the wrong color. You remember an Asian girl with blonde hair. This Asian girl has black hair. But this one's going out into the barge soon with a bunch of friends. That was 2 hours ago, so the barge is already out. You know?
Oh, man.
So she hasn't even been picked up yet.
Wait, the barge wouldn't have gone out yet, though, because it's not, like, nighttime, is it?
It should be. No, you're right. It's not nighttime.
But, yeah, if she's
planning to go to the barge, so it's going to happen later. So this person isn't even picked up by them. They've already made plans and somehow got brain scans or something for a person they haven't even picked up, you know? These things have been planned out like weeks in advance then.
Oh, man.
Gotta keep production high.
Okay. So there's some big kidnappy machine running in the background somewhere that I have to dismantle.
Check on the the installation of machine. Like,
yeah,
where something like that would be housed.
Yeah, I'll ask. Do you guys have any idea where one of the installation machines could be kept in Seattle?
We could figure that out. I mean, Lomax stops for a minute. Anything that big is complicated, and they probably have to have drivers and download programs. And anytime shit like that happens, it leaves little pings out onto the matrix. people like Zoe and sometimes Wiz here can find those things. So that's all you really gotta look for, is the drivers. I'll get Wiz to dig through and see if he can find you some names of the different devices that would do something like this. That way you can maybe hire somebody to start searching for that program waves move through. They call them data trails. As data moves about, it leaves a trail. You get it?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure I'm trying to talk your language, you know?
Talk to him really slow.
Shut up.
So I'll get that information to you. We'll figure out which machine was supposed to be used. And we'll go ahead and download all this information on Miss Saki here to you. End of day, 1,000 credits.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and transfer over the other 500.
Okay. And what you get is Saki's name, her home address, her phone numbers, information on her social media, several listed GPSs, the name, the color of her car, make, model, where it's currently at. Just a whole really, really scary amount of metadata.
Okay.
Like, you now know she has 2 pets. One is a parrot and the other one's a cat.
I bet she posts all kinds of fun video memes about them.
Yep.
Vid memes.
Her parrot
Vid memes.
constantly messes with her internet, calling out for it to do searches on stuff.
Hey, Alexa!
Make a call. Beep. Order a pizza. Beep.
So when AI takes over the world, that's the voice I wanted to use.
Yeah.
A parrot's
Parrot's
voice.
voice.
Yeah.
So you know this Saki person, you could find her, you've got enough information, they can put it onto one of your phones, and they will get back to you as soon as they figure out which machine would work with this, where the program, what the who would program it and stuff like that, and then you can either hire them or someone else to track down the data trails.
Excellent. So, now I'm gonna stalk a 19-year-old at a barge party. That's my plan for this evening.
Hey girl, how you doing?
No, I'm not,
from me!
I'm not gonna make contact.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna creepily watch from a distance.
Okay.
Wait,
Yep.
you should probably get Alan involved, man. You're gonna go on the barge party, finding some girl that may get kidnapped by the Tong, and they know what you look like.
Yeah.
And so if the Tong come to pick her up, they'll be like, there she is. Wait, there he is. Kim. Shoot that guy now.
Oh, come on, that would just be fun.
Yeah, it would.
Headline reads, Panic at the Disco.
Shut up! Shut up!
Nice.
Are like costume masks allowed on the barge?
No.
Okay, well then never mind. I
Like
won't wear
she
one.
said, Alan. I mean,
Yeah.
you can do it yourself. No one's saying not to. It's just,
You can get all fancied up.
Zoe says nothing because she's out on the island.
because she's got a tumor.
Everybody's going to the barge.
all right.
I mean,
Barge.
it's the place
So-
to party,
It
man.
is a place to party. It'll be a fun game session next time for everybody on the barge in the massive shootout when Odysseus tries to
Jesus Christ.
get killed.
I'm so excited about that.
It's like, I gotta lay low. I gotta go party.
I have to go stalk this person real fast.
All right. That's where we're actually going to leave tonight. As Sunny quietly waits reading her book in the darkness of her apartment, her phone lights up, illuminating that she has received a text.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Alright, who the hell is texting me this late at night? So I'll check it.
You don't know the number,
Okay.
but it says, I miss you guys already. I hope to see you guys again sometime.
Thanks for listening to the original Box Set Shadowrun podcast. Our runners will pick up where we left off in 2 weeks. In the meantime, you can connect with us via Facebook or YouTube to check out actual play videos of the original box set playing Shadowrun and other tabletop RPGs. You can also swing by our website at originalboxset.com and check out our gaming calendar, additional information about our games, and images that inspire our worlds and characters. And if you're enjoying our work, please consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/originalboxset so that we can continue to bring you this podcast as well as other great actual plays and entertainment. Our intro and exit music is titled Epic Song from Alpha Brutal, and trust me, the whole song's pretty epic, so check it out. We'll catch you in 2 weeks, chummers. And now for all this legal dreck. Original Box Set is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial 4.0 International License. You can share us, but please give us credit. The Topps Company Inc. has sole ownership over the names, logo, artwork, marks, photographs, sounds, audio, video, and or any proprietary material used in connection with the game Shadowrun. The Topps Company Inc. has granted permission to Original Box Set, that's us, to use such names, logos, artwork, marks, and or any proprietary materials for promotional and informational purposes on its website, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with Original Box Set in any official capacity whatsoever. Oh my goodness, that's so much. Okay, bye.